What if Morocco were in space? I mean, Morocco is in space because it's on a planet, but you know what I mean. Like if it was a sort of, like what happens when it's like a fantastic space flight culture in like a galaxy far, far away, and what does that look like? But on the other hand, too, there's a through line of the book. Amani is a character who is an aspiring poet and who poetry sort of buoys her up through the entire book. And so it was really fun to dig through the poetry, to dig through Andalusian poetry, and to translate them, and to work with my mom. It was really interesting because my mom and I are really close, but the curriculum in Morocco is such that you get the Arabic canon for poetry, right? And so I would be asking her questions about particular poets, and she'd be like, I haven't thought about these people in 30 years. You really like old stuff, Somaiya, isn't that right? And I'm like, yeah. And so we would work through translations together, and so there's a lot of poetry in the book that Amani finds a lot of solace in, and it is not mine. But I did translate it with my mother, and it was really fun because language is it is like a living thing, and it changes, and so there's a translation towards the end of the book that took us forever because we didn't recognize any of the words. And my mother is a native speaker, and so it was one of those things where we were both like, I don't know what this word means. I've never heard it before in my life. I have no idea how to translate it, and then had to go look up a dictionary, like an Arabic dictionary, to figure it out or whatever. And the words were not in like the standard dictionary. Like we had to look up like a specialized dictionary. And so in that way, that is a very like concrete piece of my culture that makes its appearance in the book over and over again. And in addition to that, the sort of faith aspects, like Amani is not a Muslim because she's not from here, and she's in a galaxy far, far away. But I am always super curious about how faith carries us through crisis, or obstructs us, and so Amani is a person who who holds very tightly to her faith in an attempt to survive the really difficult and horrible experiences in the Ziana, which is the palace, and I think that we are definitely not the same, but that the ways that she thinks about her faith in connection to all of her experiences and the ways that she searches through it for answers is something that I am very familiar with, and I hope that a lot of readers will connect to.